Hello learners, I am Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, I am going to discuss a very important LR puzzle. LR puzzle on Scrabbles which have appeared in previous year CAT mock papers. One set of questions which are easy, but a lot of students often don't understand the concept of Scrabbles. So today I'm going to show you all about Scrabbles, and after this you are never going to fear LR puzzles on Scrabbles. Let's get started. So this is me, your educator on the platform with the highest live class rating thanks to my learners. A lot of happenings on Unacademy in the next few days. A lot of new batches are starting, weekday batches, accelerator batches, and a master weekday batch. Now, if you are interested to subscribe to any of these batches, remember you got to subscribe either to Unacademy Plus or to Unacademy Iconic Plan. And while doing so, remember to use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. If you use this code, you will get a 10% discount on the subscription fee. And also, if you join using this code, you will get free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship. So if you are joining using the code Parikshit Live, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship from my side. And mentorship is all about going beyond the class hours to help you with queries during any stage of your preparation, right? While preparing at home, preparing for the mocks, help you build your strategies and a lot more. Let's get started with today's class. Okay, just a moment. Yes. Okay, I'm just checking my YouTube live comments. Fine, let's get started. Okay, first let's talk about the concept of Scrabbles. Okay, so first understand the concept of Scrabbles and then you will be able to solve the puzzles based on Scrabbles. Okay, LR Scrabbles. Now, what is a Scrabble? Some of you might be knowing how to play this game. Here you need to form words. Okay, form words. Let's say you form a word. Let's say cat. Okay, any word you want, you can form. Okay, now this is, let's say, the first player. The second player, when he forms a new word, remember the condition is he got to use one letter of the previous word. One letter of the previous word. So any word, okay, any word. Let's say you want to use the word letter A. So you can form the word apple. You can form the word apple. Fine? Similarly, third person. When he forms a new word, right? When the third person forms a new word, any word he can form. The only condition is he got to use a letter from the previous word, from one of the previous words. So let's say you want to form the word eagle. Okay, so E-A-G, then you have the L and then you have the E, right? So here, what is a Scrabble? Very easy. Scrabble is all about forming words. Okay, step one. There are only two steps. Step one, form words. Every time you use words, right? You form words. Okay. The only thing you got to remember is use one letter, any one letter. Okay, any one letter from the previous words. Fine. So if you understand this, I think we can get started with this game. Okay, let's look at LR Caselet. Okay, very interesting LR Caselet which has appeared in previous year mock exams. Fine, yeah. The Caselet is there on your screen. Please read it once. Try to understand. The Scrabble has been drawn for you. The Scrabble has been drawn for you, right? Which is there on the right side of your screen, right? And there are 4 questions underneath it. So 12 marks if you are able to solve this. Okay. So I think if you have not solved yet, pause the video, try to solve it all by yourself, and then play the video and look at the solution. Okay, I hope you have tried it. Now let's get started. Fine. Okay, let's read the question together. Okay, let's try to read the question together. Yeah. 4 friends, Ramesh, Akash, Priya and Neha, were playing a modified version of the board game Scrabble, in which each player in her turn has to place any number of letters upon the board to form one word. Okay, so there are 4 friends, they are playing Scrabble. The players each take turns and play one after the other in a predetermined pattern. This is important. one after the other in a predetermined pattern, which is the same in each round, As an example, let's say Ramesh starts the game. As an example, okay, there are 4 players. Ramesh starts, then Akash, let's say, then Priya, then Neha. What happens? Then the cycle repeats. Again, Ramesh, Akash, Priya, and Neha. So the order is same. So if Akash starts first in round number 1, Akash will also start first in round number 2, and so on. Fine. The letters have a score of 1 point each, except for Q and Z, which have a score of 3 points. So let's write down for the letters. Anytime you use the letters Q and Z while forming the words, okay, how many points you get? 3 points. And B, K, J, U, V, and W, which have a score of 2 points each. So if you use the words B, K, you use the letters B, K, J, U, V, W. How many points do you get? 2 points. 2 points each time you use these letters. Fine. Except while forming the first word, every player has to include exactly 1 letter already present on the board. I think you understand. That's what I started the class with, right? So what happens? Every time you form a new word, you need to ensure that 1 letter is present of the previous word as a part of the new word that they form. The points scored by a player in a round are the sum of the scores of all the letters in the word formed by the player in that round. The player with the maximum total score across all the rounds at the end of the game are declared the winner of the game. Fine. Now I understand. I think we will hold on for a moment, right? We will hold on for a moment. And I think whatever we have done till now, right? Let's try to understand by looking at the Scrabble, which is given on the right side of your screen. Fine? Okay. Now first, let's count how many words are there. If you start counting how many words: joke, emerged, training, cop, quoted, knock, czar, word. So if you count the number of words, there are a total of 8 words. And remember, 1 player forms 1 word each in 1 round. So 8 words and 1 player, 1 word in each round. So can I say there were 2 rounds and total words formed by each of the players is 2 words each. Will you agree? Yes, again I will repeat. Total 8 words are there, 4 people. They form 1 word in 1 round. So can I say there were total 2 rounds and 2 words formed by each of the players, right? Let's write down the words. What are the words? You have the word joke, okay? You have the word emerged, right? So I'm writing down the words. Then you have the word quoted. Then you have the word cop. Then you have the word training. Fine. Then you have the word knock, right? Then you have the word czar. And then you have the word word. Correct? So first, how many letters are there in each of these words? I think that's very easy to count. Right? Let's count. Joke, 4 letters. Emerged, 7 letters, right? Quoted, 6 letters. Cop, 3 letters. Training, 8 letters. Knock, 5 letters. Czar, 4 letters. And word is 4 letters. How many points were scored for each of these words form? How many points? Can we find out how many points? Let's start. Joke. You know what? J. So remember, every time you use Q and Z, you are getting 3 points per letter. Every time you use B, K, J, U, V, W, you get 2 points per letter. So let's say J. How much is J? J is 2 points. So J is 2. How much is O? Remember, any letter which I have not mentioned here is 1 point each, right? Letters of a 1 point each, except for the ones which I have mentioned. So O is not mentioned here. O gets a 1 point. What about K? K is also not mentioned here. 1 point. What about E? E is also not mentioned on the left hand side of your screen. 1 point. So can I say points for the first one is 5? Can I say points for the first one is 5? Do you agree? How much is O? O, so I'll just make sure that I'm writing the points correctly. Q and Z. So 3 points, and these letters have 3 points, right? I have 2 points. B, K, J, U, V, W. B, K, J, U, V, W. So I hope you're understanding. So J is how many points? Remember J you can have, you see here, right? So J is 2 points. What about O? What about O? O is how many points? Have you mentioned? Is O mentioned anyway? No. So O is 1 point. What about K? Can you see K here? K is mentioned here. So K is 2 points. Again, E is how many? 1 points. So total is in fact 6 points. Getting it? Similarly, let's look at the next one. Emerged. Let's look at the next one. Emerged. So how much is E? E is 1, right? E is 1. How much is M? M is also 1. How much is E? E is also 1, right? So I hope you are understanding how to calculate the points. How to calculate the points. I hope you are understanding. E is 1, M is 1, E is 1, R is 1 not mentioned, G is not mentioned 1, E is 1, D is 1. So can I say a total of 7 points? A total of 7 points, right? Similarly, please write down the points for the other words. Please write down the points for the other words. So how much is quoted? Quoted is 9. Okay. Similarly, you can calculate. The next one is 3. Training is 8. Then 7, 6, 5. Okay. 7, 6, 5. So I think you are able to write the points the way I showed you for the first two. Similarly, you can write down the remaining points. You can write down the remaining points, okay, which I have written on the screen. Fine. So moment the words are there, the letters are there, the points are there. Think about it. What is next? The next is which player form which word. Which player form which word is what you got to determine, right? So I'm just rubbing this. Okay. Now let's look at the puzzle again. Let's look at the puzzle again to determine the remaining conditions, okay? The diagram shows how the board looks after a certain number of moves, at which point the game ends. Also known that, let's start. Number 1, Akash played the longest and the shortest word in the game. So I think this is something you can easily determine. Which words did Akash form? Which words did Akash form? The longest and the shortest. Which is the longest word? Training. Which is the shortest word? Cock, right? So what are the answers? Answer for Akash is training and cock, right? Training and cock. Fine. So Akash is training and cock. Next, only one person played 2 words of equal length and of equal score. Equal length and of equal score. Can you see? 2 words you need. Equal length and equal score. So can you see? Joke and the Czar are the only 2 words. Can you see? 4 and 6. Both are 4 and 6. Number of letters as well as the number of points are the same. So can I say the only possibility is both the words have equal length and are of equal score. So the only possibility is joke and jar. Joke and jar, right? So these are the 2 words. Joke and the Czar. Third one. Neha, who played the word with the highest score, was the only winner of the game. Fine. Neha, which word does she form? The one with the highest points, highest score. So which word has the highest score? Can you see? Quoted. Quoted has the highest score. So one of the words that I have written. These are the 5 words which I have already written, right? Which are already written. Fine. So which are the words remaining? Now please read the last line again. Read the last line, point number 4 again. The total number of letters in the words formed by Neha is the same as the total number of letters in the words formed by Ramesh. Okay. Now there is one unknown person. Okay. This person, let me call an unknown person. Okay. So unknown person. Let's say the unknown person, I don't know. For a moment, let's think that this unknown person is Ramesh. Let's consider. So how many letters are there in the words formed by Ramesh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total letters in the words formed by this unknown person is 8. Okay. Remember, if this unknown person were to be Ramesh, then the number of letters in the words formed by Neha should also be the same. In other words, Neha should also be 8. Neha should also have 8 letters in the 2 words formed by her. Already quoted has got 6 letters. Already quoted has got 6 letters. Meaning the next word should have only 2 letters. Only 2 letters. Only then it will become 8 and 8. But if you look at the table, yes, the minimum letter word is cock, which is a 3-letter word. Which is a 3-letter word. So can I say Neha can never be 8? Neha can never be 8. In other words, the two words formed by Neha can never have a total count of 8 letters. Can never have a total count of 8 letters. It means this unknown person cannot be Ramesh. Why? Because if this unknown person is Ramesh, in that case Ramesh should have got 8 letters in his words and Neha should also have 8, meaning the unknown person is not Ramesh. The unknown person is not Ramesh. Yes? So I think you follow this very easily. You follow this very easily. Correct? So let's write it down. In that case, who is the unknown person? Remember, there are only 4 persons. This unknown person is not Ramesh. So Ramesh must be the another person. So the unknown person, only person remaining must be Priya. Only person remaining must be Priya. Fine? Fine. Now let's think again. Which are the only 3 words? Remember, I need to form 3 words now. Neha 1 word, Ramesh 2 words. Okay. Some of the words, letters in the words formed by Ramesh should be equal to those formed by Neha. Okay. Think about it. Can the 2 words for Ramesh be knock and what? Knock and what? Think about it. If Ramesh forms these 2 words, knock and what? Remember, only the remaining words are knock, word and emerged. In that case, sum of letters of knock and word would be 9, but emerged and quoted, remember emerged in this case will come with Neha. Emerged plus quoted will be more than that. Emerged plus quoted will be more than that. Correct? Now think about it. Think about it. In that case, can I say first count? Okay. Emerged has got how many letters? 7 letters. Fine. Knock has got 5 letters and word has got 4 letters. So it's very easy. Which 2 combinations? Can I say 7 plus 4? It should be 7 plus 4. In that case, quoted has got 6 and 6 plus 5 will be both 11. Both are equal. Can you see that? Number of letters should be the same, right? So can I say it should be 7 plus 4 and 6 plus 5? Why? Because the number of letters in the words formed by Neha and Ramesh is the same. So can I say the only possibility is 11 letters each. 7 plus 4 and quoted is already there. So 6 plus 5. So I got it. So Neha must have formed quoted and the other word is knock. And Ramesh must have formed emerged, right? Emerged. And the other word is what? Other word is what? Can you see, are they equal now? Are they equal? Ramesh, how many letters are there? Emerged has got 7, word has got 4, total is 11. Total count of letters is 11 and quoted plus knock is again 6 plus 5, again 11. Super awesome. They are equal. Satisfies point number 4. Satisfies point number 4. Did you get this? Did you get this? Yes. So I hope you understand up till here. If you have understood up till here, we are ready to look at some very, very interesting questions. Now we have only done 50% of the puzzle, right? Only 50% is complete. Now the main part of the puzzle is left, right? So let's get started, okay? So what we have done, we have determined which person has formed which word, right? Let's get started now. Fine. Okay. So I will go to the questions. Okay? And let's write down what we just wrote. Let's just write down what we just wrote. What did we write? We determined the words formed by the 4 people. We determined the words formed by the 4 people, right? So let's write down the words. Let's write down the words, okay? What are the words? So Akash, remember the 4 persons were Akash. So Akash words were training and cock. Remember last slide, we determined the words training and cock, right? Next one was Neha. That's what we determined. After that, we determined Priya. And after that, in the last slide, we determined Ramesh, right? So what were the words formed by Neha? Quoted and knock. Quoted and knock. These were the words. Where were the words formed by Priya? Joke and Zar. The last slide we have done up till here. Joke and the Zar. And Ramesh is word and emerged. Word and emerged. The last slide we did up till here. So I'm rewriting this. Fine. Chalo, first question. Which were the words formed by Ramesh? Very easy. The answer is word and emerged. Word and emerged. Very, very, very easy. Correct? Second one. If knock was the first word to be placed on the board, who among the following could not be the second person to play? Think about it. Knock is the first word, okay? So can you see this word is the first word? Correct? This is the first word in your game. Correct? So which can be the second word? Think about it. What was the rule? The second word should be formed in such a way that it contains exactly one letter of the first word. It contains exactly one letter of the first word, right? What is that one letter? Remember, it should contain exactly one letter of the first word. So can I say the only possibility is training or czar? Training or czar? Yes. Why? Because if you look at the word training, it has this N of knock common. Or if you look at czar, it has the C of the knock common, right? So the only possibility is one letter common. So it could be training or czar. So if it is training, then who wrote training? Akash. But question is saying who cannot be the second person. So Akash can be the second person because he might have formed the word training. And if the word is czar, in that case, it was Priya who wrote it. It was Priya who wrote it. So it means Priya and Akash can never be your answers. So who cannot be the second person? Definitely Ramesh cannot be the second person. Ramesh cannot be the second person. Getting it? Fine. Third one. I hope you again understand this. Very, very, very easy. Right? Third one. If Ramesh played the first word, who would have played the last word? Okay. Ramesh played the first word. Think about it. Ramesh playing the first word means there are two possibilities. The word could either be word or emerged. Word or emerged. Now let's have a look. Let's say the first word is emerged. Okay. First word. I hope you remember in the last slide we talked about it. The order remains the same. Order remains the same. Meaning, once Ramesh has formed the first word, the next chance he will get is during the fifth word. Why? There are four people. There are only four people, right? So if round one, Ramesh is number one, then the remaining three people will be 2, 3, 4 in any order. 2, 3, 4 in any order. So it means in round 2, which is remember any order, okay? So one of these will be 2, one of this will be 3, one of them will be 4, and then the next chance Ramesh gets is a number 5. Is a number 5. Remember, order remains the same. So if Ramesh forms the first word word, in that case, the fifth word of Ramesh, fifth word should be from Ramesh, which should be word, which should be emerged. Correct? Let's check. How is it possible? If the first word is word, remember the second word should have one letter common from the first word. One letter. So if the first letter is word, the only letter common between the next word and the first is this R. So the second word must be czar. Second word must be czar. Yes? Why? R is common. Similarly, if the second word is czar, can I say the third word has to be knock? Third word has to be knock. Why? The third word has to contain one letter from the second word, and in this case the letter common is C. C. So knock has to be the third word. Similarly, the fourth one has to be training. The fourth one has to be training. Right? Why? Because in that case it has the letter N. It has the letter N common with the third word. Common with the third word. So 4 is done. Fifth, remember, order remains the same, has to be emerged. Has to be emerged, right? Now, which will be 6? Which will be 6? We have got two possibilities. 6 can either be joke, because if you think about joke, the letter E is common. Or it can be quoted also. Why? Because if it is quoted, it will have the letter D common with emerged. It will have the letter D common with emerged. Now, think about it. Think about it logically. Will it be joke or quoted? Remember, the sixth word has to be formed by the person who formed the second word. Why? Order is same. So if let's say who is formed the second word? Czar was the second word. Czar. Where is czar you have? You have czar for Priya. So Priya was the second person to play the game in round 1. So can I say Priya will be the second person to play the game in round 2 as well? In round 2 as well, it means Priya will be number 6. Number 6. Why? Because round 1, 4 people. 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4 in any order. So Priya is round 2, and then Akash and Neha, one of them will be 3, one of them will be 4. And then Priya will get the next chance, right? Number 6. Correct? So Priya's next word is which one? Which are the two words? Czar and Zok. So if Czar is the second word, the sixth word has to be formed by Priya, which is Joke. Which is Joke. So Joke is the sixth word. Right? Who formed the third word? Who formed the third word? Third word was knock. Remember? So in round 2 also, the third word has to be formed by the person who wrote knock. Who wrote knock? Neha. Neha, right? So if Neha was third in round 1, Akash will be 4 in round 1, and in that case this order will be maintained. In round 2, 5, 6, Neha will be 7 and Akash will be 8. Akash will be 8. You got this. So which is the last word? The last word is ko. The last word is ko. Question is, who could have played the last word? Ko. Who would have played the last word? Cog, right? Who would? They are asking you the person's name. They are asking you the person's name. Person's name is Akash. Person's name is Akash. I hope you follow this. I hope you follow this. Yes? Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Perfect. Now, some of you might have a doubt. What could be your doubt? Your doubt could be, you know what? Question says Ramesh played the first word. And I told you, let's start with what? Let's start with what? Okay? Let's do the other way around. Let's try out the other way around. What was the other way around? Other way around is, okay, is it possible that the first word formed by Ramesh was emerged? Was emerged? Let's check that. Let's check that. Yes, we can always check that, right? So let's try out. If the other way around also is possible. Okay, other way around is also possible. Fine. Okay. What is, remember, first word is formed by Ramesh. So what is the first word? First word is emerged. Fine. So okay, let's say emerged is the first word. Okay. So if Ramesh forms the first word in round 1, there are 4 people. So someone will be number 2, number 3, number 4. And in round 2 also, Ramesh should be the first guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people have formed. Number 5. Number 5 means first chance of round 2 will also belong to Ramesh. Right? So what is the 2 words? Word and emerge. So if emerge is the first word, word should be the 5th word. Right? So if word has to be the 5th word, think about it. You have to follow a sequence in such a way that you have to reach from 1 to 5. Okay? So the only possibility is 2 has to be training. The second word has to be training. Why? Because in that case, R is common with emerged. Right? Then the third word has to be knock. Because N is common with training. Similarly, fourth word has to be Zar. And because C is common now. And the 5th word will be what? Anyone who thinks if the first word is emerge, second word can be joke also? No, that's not possible. Why? If the second word is joke, remember, then third word will be training, fourth word would be knock, 5th word would be Zar, and the 6th word would be word. But that's not possible. Why? We have this constant. 5th word is word. That's constant. So the second word cannot be joke. Okay, you should not have that doubt. Fine. Then which is the 6th word? So after word is done, 6th word has to be one of these, right? So let's check. 1 is the first word, so 1 is emerge. Second word is training, meaning Akash is the second guy. Next, third word is knock, meaning Neha is the third guy. And fourth word is Zar, means Priya was the fourth person, right? Now let's check the order. 5th has to be emerged. 6, what should be the word? Remember, order is the same. If round 1 Ramesh was 1, Akash is 2. In round 2 also Akash has to be 2, meaning 6 has to be Akash, 7 has to be Neha, and 8 has to be Priya. Is this possible? Let's check. Is the 6th word cock? Can it be cock? Think about it. If the 6th word is cock, is it possible to have cock? No. Why? Because cock does not have anything common with the letters already formed. The only thing cock has in common is the letter O with quoted. But remember, till this point of time, up till now, we have not even formed quoted. Remember, we have only formed emerge, training, knock, Zar, and word. So quoted has not yet been formed, but before quoted, we cannot be forming cock. Because O has to be common, right? So meaning word cannot, emerge cannot be your first word. But the other one was correct, which we did the first time. So word was the correct word, and in that case, your answer would be Akash. Correct? Fine. Let's look at the last one. Let's look at the last question. Fine. Okay. If Priya played the first word, okay, what would be the last word to be placed on the board? Okay, fine. Priya is this time first. Okay. So let's check it. Priya is this time first. Okay. Now think about it. Let's do it again. If Priya is first, there are only two possibilities, okay? The joke or Zar has to be the first word. So let's consider, let's say joke is the first word. Okay, remember the order remains the same. So if Priya is number 1 in round 1, Priya has to be number 1 the first time who plays in round 2 as well. So in that case, round 2 means number 5, sequence 5, right? Zar has to be the second word. Zar has to be the fifth word. Fine? Fifth. Let's continue the game. You know what? You need to reach from joke to Zar, joke to jar. You need to follow the order in such a way that from joke to jar, you need to reach, right? From 1 to 5. Let's start. If joke is the first word, emerge has to be the second word because there has to be one letter common and E is that letter. Next, training has to be the third word. Training has to be the third word because it has to have one letter common with the previous word. Meaning R is that letter. R is that letter. Next, the next letter should be word should only be knock. Remember why? Because one letter common with the third word and the letter common was N. And in that case, the fifth word can be Zar. Fifth word can be Zar. So you've got the sequence. So who is number 2? Emerge. So emerge means Ramesh is number 2. Who is number 3? Training. Training means Akash is number 3. Correct? Who is number 4? Knock is number 4. Means Neha is number 4. Correct? Neha is number 4. Then who is number 5? The Zar was number 5. So this was already decided. 5 was Zar. Correct? Now who is 6? Remember, number 2, the guy who was second in round 1 should be second in round 2 as well. Meaning 2 and 6. The third guy should be next. 7. Next 8. Next 8. Let's check if this is possible. Okay, let's check if this is possible. So they say the next number is which one? Is Ramesh, right? Number 6 is Ward. Ward. Is Ward possible? Absolutely. 5 is Zar. So Ward can be number 6 because in that case Ward will have R common. Ward will have R common. Correct? 7. 7 should be training or cock. Training or cock. Remember, training we have already put. So it should be cock. It should be cock. Can cock be number 7? Think about it. Can cock be number 7? Think about it. Cock cannot be number 7. Why? Very easy. The condition is, remember, you need to have one letter common with the previous word, with one of the previous words. But cock, when you form, has no letter common. Remember, quartet has not been formed till now, has not even been formed till now. So you cannot straight away form cock. You cannot straight away form cock, right? Meaning, this sequence that we assumed, what was the sequence? That joke is the first word to be formed is incorrect. Joke is the first word to be formed is incorrect, right? So joke cannot be the first word. Joke cannot be the first word. This sequence that we assume is incorrect, right? So now you know that there's only one sequence possible. What is the other sequence? Remember, question clearly tells you Priya forms the first word. So that means joke was not the first word. So which is the first word? The Zar has to be the first word. Zar, correct? If Zar has to be the first word, you know what? The next time Priya gets a chance is number 5. Sequence number 5, right? Which is joke. Which is joke. Joke has to be the fifth word, right? So this time from the Zar, you need to reach joke at number 5. At number 5. Okay, let's check. If Zar is the first word, can I say knock can be the second word? Knock can be the second word because one letter common is the condition and C will be that letter. Training will be the third word. Why training? Why? Because in that case, N will be the next letter. N will be the common letter. Next word will be emerged. 4. 4, right? 4. Because in that case, R is the common letter. And after that is 5, which we had to have 5. A joke, we have it. We have it, right? So let's write down. Zar is 1. Number 2 is knock, right? Number 2 is knock. So Neha is number 2. Fine? So if Neha is number 2, then number 3 is which one? Number 3 is training. Akash is number 3. And number 4 is emerge. So Ramesh is emerged. Fine? The sequence remains the same. So after that Priya again. Priya again. So Priya is 5. Number 2 will be number 6. After that number 2 which will be Neha. Then number 3 which is Akash. And then number 4 which is Ramesh. Let's check. So up till 5 I have written. Up till 5 I have written. Which is 6. 6 is the word formed by Neha. Quoted or not? Quoted or knock. Knock we have already filled up. It has to be quoted. So can Can the sixth word be quoted? Definitely yes. Why? Remember, we have already formed emerged, and if you form quoted, the letter D would be common. The letter D would be common. Which will be 7? 7 will be training or cock. Training we have already formed. So cock, can that be the word number 7? Definitely yes. Cock can be 7 because in that case it will have the letter O common. O common with quoted. Remember, that's what we needed. So quoted is common. Fine. And then number 8. What will be number 8? Ramesh, which is word and emerged. Emerged is already there. So what? Right. And you are done. So question was, what is the last word? 1. Last word is 1. This is a very beautiful puzzle. The only caveat is you will understand if you are looking at the video only from the start. If you play the video from the middle, you might not understand. So if you have not looked at this video, please make sure that you follow me from the start of this video, and then you will love this case there. You will understand the next time how to play Scrabbles and in turn how to score 12 marks in your CAT. Yes? Fine. Okay, a very important slide now. Remember, on YouTube, I take classes on Tuesday, Thursdays and Fridays, right? Half an hour class, Tuesdays, Thursday, Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. But whoever are plus students, are Unacademy plus students, right? Plus students, every morning, Monday to Friday, and this will be till your CAT, right? Morning 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. I take LRDI classes live on Unacademy Plus, live every day, Monday to Friday, until your CAT. I will start from the very basics. Okay, I start from the very basics, and we move one step at a time, making sure that every student understands. Lot of students are appearing for the live classes daily and morning. If you are not a part of that group yet, right, that elite group yet, make sure to subscribe to Plus. Remember, if you subscribe to Plus, you get a lot more. What more? Remember, apart from my live classes, I give you over 200 hours of practice materials. 200 hours of practice material. 200 hours with video solutions, right? Now what happens? Morning 7:45 to 8:45 a.m. you attend live. After that, you need questions to solve yourself at home. This is where the practice material comes in handy. No matter wherever you are at your preparation stretch, you could be at ground zero. Let's say you are at ground zero. You want to start from the very basic practice material. I have LR sequence 1 for you. What is LR sequence 1? The foundations of logical reasoning. I have taken video classes with video solutions for 16 hours. You start from ground zero, LR sequence 1, the foundation. Moment you are done with the foundation of 16 hours of my videos, right? The next practice materials, okay? Now let's discuss the concepts required to solve LR questions. Concepts. Foundations, next concepts. That will be your LR sequence 2. Which course will you follow of mine? Concept Builder course, where I have taken classes of 14 hours of recording just for you so that you can solve it. This is your practice material, right? Now you know what? Sequence 1 and sequence 2, foundation and concepts are down. Now you want to apply. Let's learn how to apply it through practice. That will be sequence 3, another 13 hours. And in this way, the sequence follows. So the difficulty level keeps increasing one step at a time as you come from LR sequence 1 to LR sequence 11, right? This is in addition to the live classes. Similarly, same goes true for DI. DI sequence 1 to DI sequence 3, in addition to our live classes. But for you to subscribe this, remember you got to subscribe to Unacademy Plus using my code Parikshat Live. Why? If you use this code Parikshat Live, you get 3 benefits. Benefit number 1, you get 10% discount on the subscription fee. Benefit number 2, you know what? There is a bumper offer running at this point of time. What is that bumper offer? You join us for 6 months till November, right? Just 6 months left for your CAT. You join us for 6 months and we in Unacademy is going to extend your subscription by 1 month till the other exams. What are the other exams? Till the CMAT, SNAP, IIFT, the ZAT, all that, the NMAT, all of that, you will get it for free because we are going to extend your subscription even if you join us for just 6 months. But remember, for that to happen, you need to use the code Parikshat Saitya. And the third benefit is Parikshat Live, okay? Parikshat Live or Parikshat Saitya, both code will work. Both code are my codes and it will work, okay? So Parikshat Live is the code which is there on your screen. And the third benefit is, if you join using the code Parikshit Live, you get free mentorship. I repeat, the only code available on Unacademy which will give you free mentorship from my side. What is free mentorship? Going beyond the class hours to help you. Remember, during a class, anyone can ask any doubt and it will be clarified. There are hundreds of students who ask and it will be clarified. But beyond the class hours, any point of time, you are practicing extra questions at home, you are trying to give a mock paper, you are trying to prepare a timetable of your own, you want to have a strategy to appear for the mocks or for the main CAT. Remember, for all those help, or for that matter, the mentorship and the guidance, that can be availed absolutely free if you join Unacademy Plus using the code Parikshit Live. So 3 benefits: 10% discount, free extension, and the third benefit is free mentorship. And remember, all of this plus materials, the practice materials of 200 plus hours of videos along with the live classes can also be accessed. So if someone is asking, I am an IGNOU student, am I eligible for the CAT? Definitely yes, you are definitely eligible for the CAT, definitely, right? Just that you need to be a graduate by the time you decide to you decide to take admission. So let's say 2022 July, right? The CAT sessions will start. The next session of the IIMs will start in 22 July. So by 2022 July, you have to be a graduate. That's the only condition, right? With minimum 50% marks. That's it for today. If you are a BBA aspirant or hotel management aspirant, a lot of plans for you. Remember, you can join any of these plans using the code Parikshit Live for maximum discount. And then the scholarship tests are available for those of you who wish to test yourself. That's it for today. Please stay safe and keep learning. And I'll see you in my next class. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.